Alrighty, PG-13. This is the other G.I. Joe Super 7 reaction. Plus. Alright, so we got a jam-packed video today. We're doing an unboxing. Now, I did get these on eBay, so it took a very long time, but they worked. So there is a site on eBay, I forget the name, but you can pre-order them and they actually come. But it takes forever. So here is another Snake Eyes, and on the back there is a 4-cell, and these were the limited edition. Now, what really sucks is the stand is put in here, so it's going to ruin your whole card. So there's no easy way to do this, but there's a stand finally. So it really sucks. Now we're taking out the Snake Eyes first. And this is a slight color variation from the one we got before in one of the other waves. Let's get that out of the package here. Wow. Don't know how well that's going to come in, since it seems to be focused on the cards. Alright, we'll bring it down here. He has a stand to plug into, I think. It does say G.I. Joe on the bottom. Alright. It's got a little sword here. Fantastic. Now, when you compare them to the other one, the visor does have, the visor's done nice. This other visor for the Stars and Stripes, or 250th or whatever, 250th anniversary of America, did not look good. They should have left it black. You could still probably paint it all gray or all black. I don't know. I don't know why they screw up his visor. You know, they should have left it looking just like the 1985 version of the Viper, or sorry, visor. There we go. And let's see here. Just show you the quick comparison. This is the visor that they should have left it as. I mean, nice, sleek design. That one looks oversized and more not like what it looked like. This one actually, it looks better. But we know that because our G.I. Joe is with Operation Recall. And that's right, Operation Recall is making G.I. Joe figures. But they're the Operation figures. Now, the reason why I got these ones before, we ordered them back, way back, was it March? Was for the Lady J. But if I would have known Lady J was coming out anyways, then I would have, you know, got her. But this is the whole reason why I got this. I should have just ordered the Lady J, but you couldn't just order the Lady J. Alrighty. So we're gonna get her out of the package. Wow. But yes, if you had a hard time getting these, they should have looked on eBay. You could have pre-ordered them. Back in, way back, I think it was May or whatever. Alright, here's Lady J with her spear, just like the cartoon showed. Now, see, the hard part about this type of plastic they use for the heads is it doesn't show up on camera nice. It looks super out of focus. But we'll get our javelin. Oh, it might not fit in her hand. Oh, there it goes. So there's her javelin. And she does fit on the stand. And it is nice to have the Lady J without her cap. But as you can see, the thickness of our older figures, of our vintage figures, you know, way thicker for the most part. Now, I have looked inside these joints and I found them to be very cheap and poorly constructed. So you will have a lot of breakage if they're played with you give them to your kids to play with, they'll break them. Now we have a Duke here. Yeah. We'll pull Duke out of the package. Alright. Speed that up really fast. Duke has this crappy laser rifle. Doesn't look so great. And his torso does not function properly. That's another reason the Super 7 figures seem to be not made that well. They have a torso issue where it doesn't just fit nicely. I really hate the boots on this figure, and I really wish they wouldn't have done this. Like, these boots look like crap. What kind of boots are those? Like a Nordic look. Those aren't military boots. They look like junk. And we got Lieutenant Falcon in here. Lieutenant Falcon looks fantastic. Alright. Push him out of the package. Oh. Hopefully his weapon doesn't break. Oh yeah, we gotta get these stands off for these two. Now we get them off for the other one. Alright. That is Wave 9, I believe. And now, before we get into all the other news from all the other lines, this is just a quick look at the Super 7 figures. But now there is quite a few cool figures. Oh, this guy's not so bad. Not so bad in blue. Use it maybe as an MP or something. See, I don't know why it doesn't come in focus so well. There you go, all four. The Duke, I wish his face looked like the package. But again, it's just, some people like this one, some people don't. You know, Chuckle's head might fit on him nicely. I don't know what's going on there. So they all got, he's got some camo on him. That's not so bad, it wraps around. I mean, they should have just did them all the same camo. Made them all uniform. But they are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States. Now, here's something that's really going to kill the line. Is this Glow Patrol. And this might not even come in at all. Might not. Alright, so they got Glow Patrol. And they got it in green. Another Snake Eyes, another Cobra Commander, and another Duke. Look at that. Who are you gonna call? Go Glow Busters! I don't know what to think of that. They should have did like some sort of Tiger Force colors on that. But that's gonna kill the line, I'm pretty sure. Getting that. And we're gonna, it's Chad. We're going to give him credit. We're going to give Joe Hunter 73 credit for Wave 2 of Delta 17. And these ones are from Joe Hunter. Wow, the images are very crisp. Delta 17, super cool. Aloha, I remember, is one of the figures. And we got a winter figure. There he is. Look at that. And the detail on the helmets. Not it's going to come in so clear. But go to Joe Hunter 73. You can see. And then we have a... this is the Thunder Battalion Trooper for Arctic. And then we have a winter one. Female. They have some sort of digital camo on there. And we have the Death Sparrow. There's some glare on my camera. Wow. And that's Joe Hunter 73, Delta 17. And check out his Joe Fest video. Where's the dog that comes with Aloha. So that would be 6 figures. I don't know how well that's going to come in, but the detail is just crazy. Even on the helmets is like, wow. There's lots of detail in these. So I definitely recommend you go check out those 2 channels. I think he's also going to be talking about, oh, here we go, got some better images too. There was Needless Things as well, and I think we got some images from there too. Look at that, just look at the detail on this, looks phenomenal. And here's some more detail here. These look like a cool range of figures, so you got some summer and winter figures in the mix. And they also have, don't forget, here, oh, this is a better shot of the winter guy. Got like the camouflage and stuff. Man, this is just cool how they did this. So I would definitely, now I do like the bats. The bats is not so bad for this Glow Patrol. So I might want to get that, but you know, if it's an exclusive, you can't get it. And again, that's not so bad. Oops. We're having some technical difficulties. And don't forget, there is a Wild Bill Tiger Force. He does look cool. I do like the Wild Bill. Now, again, there's the glow ones. This is phenomenal. Look at the cookie camo. Just awesome. That's without the weapons. And I believe, here we go. You can see even the weapon is camouflaged. Looks fantastic. And there's a Jaguar. So you get that in the 2-pack. Here's this. I believe it's Skystorm. And then they also have there's the Ninja Force Snake Eyes and the Cobra Commander Snake Eyes again. Now, one thing I want to talk about is Operation Recall. Please support that line. These are all the original creators making G.I. Joes. These are coming out in July. So if you haven't got these 4 figures from Wave 2 of 1, Wave 1, 2, oh, sorry. There you go. We have, I forget all the names. Bear Claw, that's removable, so you get a bald guy. Saul, I can't remember all the names, but once we get familiarized more with them, we will. Anyways, that's, and then there's also year 2. They got the Night Ops, which is similar to Night Force. Look how incredibly cool detailed these are, man. Oh man, that looks awesome. Wow. Anyways, those figures look great. Please support the line for Delta 17. Operation Recall. Operation Recall has all the same creators that made G.I. Joe in the 80s and 90s. Look at the detail on this stuff. It is phenomenal. Get in on that. It is far better quality than the Super 7 figures that we got here. You got swivel wrists, great articulation, and, well, I mean, we do like our, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here, but, again, please support those lines. Operation Recall. Go to 3D Joes, Carson 3D Joes. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anyone. Cobra Lang, please support this line, and Joes and Beards. These are you know, Operation Recall is the same creators that made G.I. Joe in the 80s and 90s, and they are just phenomenal. And Delta 17 is a great line to get into because Delta 17 and Operation Recall are made in exactly the same factory, and they are fantastic figures. Like, come on, you gotta get this. These figures are just superb, superior. Whereas these ones behind us, the Super 7, is more like a filler. They're just not as great. Also, full Force had some images in there too, I believe. But there's also a lot of other channels. Like I said, Needless Things, Toy Connections, Ken. Thank you, Steve. And also, 7HCC did a video on the Delta 17, I believe it was. And hopefully we'll be ordering some of these in July. So it's going to be a jam-packed July with all the figures coming out. Anyways, don't forget to like, subscribe, hype. I don't mind the Snake Eyes as much. This is a great Lieutenant Falcon and a cool Lady J. And if you love Duke, then you can get your Duke. But Anyways, thanks for watching. Yo, Joe!